again. I'm so glad I wasn't doing a Leo Bradker. Hi, it's Ailish, and I'm going to be your host for tonight for our anniversary party. And as always, I am joined with my tits, and they're going to come on any second now. Oh, Bradker, I didn't know we had the budget for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my goodness, how are you guys getting on? A year on. This is a year since we've all, well, Ben, you and I have met each other, but the year since you and I both met Kigo, and then we started off this whole journey.
He's on a journey. Our entire back catalogue is just sitting on our arses drinking on the internet.
On a weekday. Yeah.
As a journey, I have lost 0 calories because of the effort.
And Kigo, how are you getting on?
I'm all right. I have no idea what day it is, so I'm hoping someone's going to remind me. It has been a week of Mondays already, so hopefully it's Wednesday.
So Monday. And we also have a very special guest with us tonight. So we have Kyle Phillip from Class Comedy joining us today. Yay!
Hello.
How are you, Kyle?
Good evening. Just one, right? Just one.
Yeah. We were showing him stress signals earlier. We're like, this is when there's something wrong, and this is when there's a hostage video. It's just the one on. How are you getting on? How have you been?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good no, well, thank you. This is all your fault, kind of. So a little bit of background. You run Class Comedy, and you're an excellent MC for the viewers that are only seeing you for the first time. But you're also a great comic as well. But tell us, Class Comedy, how long have you been running it? How did it come about?
Yeah, sure. So we started up in can't remember like before times anyway, right? So it was like October of a year before COVID. I can't remember, was it 2018 or 2019? When did it all start? 2020?
Yeah, 2020. And if this is our anniversary, our dates are so wrong. If you said October.
So it must have been 2018. So me and a few friends were kind of basically enjoying the stand-up scene in Dublin, getting the gigs here. But we're like, there's a huge stage in the Workman's. I'm sure on a Tuesday night it's probably free. Let's go up there and kind of use the better acoustics for our comedic voices. So we got together. We just booked a few acts and then just went from there. So it was really good. We like to showcase new comedians with more established comedians there as well, so everyone gets a fair crack of the whip,
Yeah, totally. And you guys run a great show. You were one of the few people that were doing comedy during COVID. You had the whole setup, social distancing, and fair play taking that on as well. And that's when we all met, and then we were getting the train home, and we were all having a laugh, and the rest is kind of history. And so Class Comedy, you guys are back though. I know, I haven't seen in a while, but you're back. Yeah. You're you have a gig coming up.
Yeah, it's a rescheduled show that should have been on in August of this year.
Such intentional. Yes.
Hold on, I can't point my finger at it.
It's your right arm. There you go.
Right arm. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yay, tech.
This was actually a show that should have been on last summer with Shane, but it wasn't able to happen. So it got postponed to August of this year, and then got postponed again to October. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I remember last time, I don't know if you all remember, there was a big thing about the mics because you couldn't share mics. I was like, you got to be mic number 1, you're gonna be mic number 2, and every time somebody fucked it up, and me and the sound engineer would be panicking, and be like, right, I think the same person has hit the same mic as. Oh no! But luckily we didn't have to panic surface to the top,
But you persevered and you did it, and you brought comedy to the masses. So fair fucks, that's all. Give yourself a break. And so what have you been up to in lockdown at all, or have you been? Well, you've been doing kind of videos of your local, and you're like.
Yeah. I want to get more into videos, but and I did April Fool's Day. I did a big prank on my wife actually. So it worked out real well. We got Ring cameras installed in our house for just general security, but they're absolutely unbelievable. Like they pick up everything. So I got my brother to call around in a hoodie and like start messing with my wife's car, and I had given him the key, so he got in the car. And like the idea was he'd drive it off and we'd see her running out, but he couldn't get the car to start, so he was stuck in the driveway. I don't know how like good this is, but she ran straight out of the house, ripped the door open, and tried to drag him out of the car. Like, I don't think you should do that in those situations ordinarily.
Just like the power of a woman, get out of my car. Like,
Yeah. It was like complete, like, you know, it was adrenaline rush, and she realized after, not the smartest move.
Could I ask you a quick question about that, Kyle? After you saw that, you did take the bins out every single Monday after that, out of fear. Is that, yeah? Ripping doors off hinges and throwing burglars out. It's like, yes, darling, I'll even do the hoovering.
The dishwasher and all that. I'll take care of that, yeah.
Is that why you've got all the weights behind you? It's not about getting fit. It's fear of your wife. You're just like building a. I need to defend myself in case she takes her revenge.
Gotta do more gains, yeah. And so we like comedy is on its way back. We're watching on the news. We're seeing things being lit up. So we have, you know, a couple of gigs coming up as well. We have a gig in Sandyford that Keego's going to tell you about.
Oh, there's Alo changing the order of everything again. What a pro.
Sorry, what a pro.
Here we go. Let's all finger this one. Birthday flashback, sorry. Yeah, reminds me of a film I accidentally starred in college. But yes, no. We have sold this one out, so this is just to show off. We have the great and powerful Joe Rooney, supported by those sexy bitches there on the right. In Sandyford House. It's going to be a great night. It's kind of the start of a really great roll of gigs that everyone has going on. But it starts in Sandyford and it creeps its way back in time, Alo, because there was an order to all of this.
That's right.
We're going back in time from September next week to this coming Friday. Well, actually, we actually need to go back twice, don't we? Ben.
We do.
Could you tell us, let me solo you so the people get what they want. What is happening on Thursday?
What is happening even now? What are we? Oh, right. Okay, what's happening on Thursday? Well, so we've got some gigs Friday. I'm sure that's the next bit we're going to talk about. But if you're watching and you're in Mullingar, I know a sizable percentage of our viewership is in the centre of Ireland. We're going to be in Mullingar at the Columbia Bar, 8 p.m. It's going to be 3 big tits and a couple of our friends, and we're just going to be doing a show there. And it'll be our first show in, I had it written down there, I think 500. For me, it'll be the first gig I've done in 548 days.
Wow.
Not counting class. I'm talking about like the last time when there was, you know, before the end of days. It's going to be a laugh. It's going to be the 3 of us plus Sinead Walsh and Betsy Spear. And come along to, again, all the Mullingar massive that are tuned into the internet.
Oh, massive in Mullingar. Massive in Mullingar. Our only fan.
Yes, our only fan.
Sorry, Alo. Sorry, Alo. Say that again. You tried to whisper something filthy, and you knew. No. You know what you said. I don't even know if I should show this next poster now.
Well, it's happened because we have a system, and Friday is Culture Night, so we are having a show in the Grand Social out in the beer garden. And we have some lovely comics. There's 12 of us, so many names, but yes, all the tits will be there. And then we also have a double bill. I think the Wool Shed, so the Comedy Shed and the Wool Shed on Parnell. It's also on at 8:30. So both shows have sold out. They're the 2 out of 3 comedy gigs in the whole country happening on Culture Night, and they both sold out. Isn't that fucking unreal? So yeah, that is what's happening on.
Could I just say, Alo, you look with your hands crossed in this poster, you kind of come together again. You know, it's such a nice cultural.
I look like I could sell you a mortgage.
Yeah, but like it's the culture of the whole thing, and like that festival started in 2006. So before
Yeah.
2006, we had no culture in this country. So it's great that we now have a room for our culturally acceptable masturbation jokes. So Friday night.
Yeah, like in 2005, Culture Ireland only had a semi, and then in 2006 we had Culture Night, and everything is history. So the rest of it is history. But I also want to go back to sorry for the lack of systematic here, or the lack of the system. Kyle, Class Comedy, they can find you guys on Facebook, Instagram. Are you on Twitter as well?
Yeah, we do the Instagram mainly. Yeah, Instagram is like Class Comedy Dublin, and then if you want to get tickets, go to Eventbrite. We haven't sold out. We only put the tickets up for sale today, so plenty old ticks.
How much are tickets?
10 quid, €10.
Nice.
But it's for charity, right?
Like ABBA, money, money, money. Ben is just like, Alo trying to get this train wreck back on track. This is also true. But yeah, so yeah, the topic is obviously it's the anniversary, but I also come to Culture Night is just being, actually before we get into that, what is everyone drinking tonight? Because I've already started drinking, and that's probably why there's no system, and I'm just clutching at straws, lads. We'll go around. Is everyone...
Whether clutching at straws or milking a really tall cow.
Exactly. Gigo, are you drinking anything this evening?
Look, it's Monday, right? So I'm still on a health kick. So I found these bad boys, right? Before I spill this on my computer. It's basically a health drink. It's fizzy water with a tiny hint of booze because I have to go for a run after this. So I'm gonna have 3 or 4 during the show and streak my way through the streets of Bray. So keep your eyes peeled.
Well, weren't you up to something else over the weekend? You were busy out.
No,
I came across. Yeah.
Sorry. What?
I came across this photo and I was like, Kigo, I didn't know you were in Bray.
Now, just to let everyone know here, this is a secret activity of mine that you can only find out about behind a paywall for a lot of money. Okay.
Yes.
Alo is behind that paywall. She pole vaulted over with her MasterCard. Yeah, this is me. The courgette collector.
I
Ben,
thought it was an aubergine. And I was like, definitely Kiko. That's definitely Kiko. It's not, but come on, guys. Like, how similar to...
Can we just look at the cat? That cat has secrets. The guy, not me, probably not me. Imagine just tuning in now, right? Having your Monday glass of wine, and this is on the screen with Alo's cheerful little face sticking out the side because the rest of us are all blocked on this.
For a change.
So.
Yeah. I'm now like so thirsty for attention when something can block. I'm like, here I am. So that's what Gigo's been up to, and I found out about it, and I was just like, we have to put this on the show later. Ben, what are you drinking?
I'm having a delicious rosé.
Nice.
Why? It's Monday night. It's coming toward the end of summer. I associate rosé with a nice summery drink, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to summer yet. So I thought we'd have it feels like it's the start. I don't know what you all guys feel like, but like the idea that now gigs on the horizon, it feels like the start of life again. It feels like spring and summer beginning rather than ending. So it's nice. So it's a nice little drink. Talking of drinks, how was your sister's wedding that we were talking about the other day? That's a big thing that somebody did that we could talk about in a podcast where we fuck around for an hour and just wait to see what shows up.
Like I feel like I got a personal NCT, like I got my nails done, I got my eyelashes tinted, I got a full-on tan, I got like a wax, I got my hair blow dried, I got my makeup done, and I was just like, I actually feel like a brand new car. It was a lot of work. And
Yeah.
it was a great day. And like, what is it? I realized afterwards, I put up a photo of like, oh, the bride and groom and like family at the wedding. I am being perpetually plugged advertisements. Like my algorithm on Instagram is now like, hey, want to sing in a wedding band? Because when people ask me, how is the wedding, it's like, oh, it's so great, we got a band. And they're like, hey, do you want to get married? Now. And it's just perpetual, like it's over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, so I messaged the bridesmaids and I was like, is anyone else getting this? Like, I'm just being plagued. And they're like, oh yeah, don't talk to me about my live feed on Instagram. It's fucking rings, dresses, bridesmaid flowers, venues, and it's just wedding, 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 wedding. So I'm gauging that Mark Zuckerberg might give me 6 more weeks until my algorithm has been cleansed, and he realizes like, no, we targeted the wrong person, right? Yeah, so that's a thing that happened. But it was, hey, go back, Kyle. Kyle hasn't seen it. Go back and show Kyle. Look at Keego's legs in this photo. He's beautiful, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
My eyes are up here.
But it all came together, and then I've moved home last week, and I've lost a bit of weight strategically. Summer bodies are made in winter, so we're coming into winter, and I'm actually after fecking myself up. So this dress that I have on now was actually an old dress. It was the dress that if you lose weight you can fit into it. Zipped it up. I can't get out of it, so that's why I'm doing the show in the dress that I've worn all day, and I'm it's like a harness, and I can't. And I probably sleep in it. So that's my news. Ben's just in shock. Ben, tell me what's going through your head.
I didn't.
Sorry,
I genuinely didn't know having
is that the police? We need to cut Alo out of that dress.
Because as you eat, your stomach expands. So in the morning you look up and you're like, oh my God, look at my flat stomach. And then the day begins and you just expand and you're like,
Did you just start being like a woman like a week ago? Because everything you're saying is I got my nails done. Didn't know that could happen. I got waxed. Oh my God, and then I put a dress on, and I've never put a dress on. It's like you just arrived from the moon, and they went, okay. Research mission 1, you will be woman on this planet. Try all that shit out. And like that's.
Oh my God, I wasn't ready for that.
No, I can't speak for anyone else here, though I suspect I will be. It is not. You've made it sound really difficult to just be a girl, and I can't. There's nothing that I can think that being a lad is
getting waxed. Getting stuck in dresses. Yeah, you just.
But imagine if you did come down from the moon, and when you discovered the thing about the expanding stomach, geez, you'd be freaked out, right?
Oh, sometimes those stomachs go for 9 months. You know what I mean?
I just had a carrot.
And then you have responsibility at the end of the 9 months. No, honestly, I am like a tomboy to heart. Like I love wearing loose clothes, and just going out like with no makeup on and looking like this. So to be a woman and to be manicured, it's just it takes real effort and patience from me. So when it's a wedding, it's like getting the valet. It's just like, do women get their nails done? Oh, what's a shellac? Oh, I meant to know all these things. Like, do you want to contour your face? I was like, I don't have time for contouring. And yeah, I'm just over. So I'm kind of, Ben, when you say it's like you just come down from the moon, that's exactly what it's like. That is exactly what it's like. Because I've just
I got waxed for the wedding as well, Alo. I don't know if it was the same person, but she had to take a break halfway through.
It was the funniest thing. Poor
woman.
I was actually saying to the woman, like, can you just, I know you probably don't like small talk, but can you just talk to me throughout the whole thing? Because I'm just so nervous.
Yeah. So did you see that Panorama special?
Do you think Mayo's going to win the All-Ireland?
when we're talking about waxing, without going into too much detail, what are we actually talking about here? Like, was it just a leg thing? Because my next question is, if it was more than that, what do you need a trim fanny for a wedding for? Like, I mean, that's basically
just in case wax. Just in case, Ben. Just in case wax.
No, I just in case wax. I got my legs waxed. So you guys thought, never mind, you guys.
Well, the way you were saying it, I was like, okay. I mean, it sounds like there was more than just the normal leg etiquette going on, and I was
There's a lot of skin on the leg, Ben. I think painful.
I think Kyle is about to tell a story about getting a piece of his wax there from the look on his face.
Oh, I was going to say, so my wife waxes my back for me, but it is painful to the extent that I have a special waxing teddy bear that I bring in my room, and she waxes a strip off, and I get to punch the teddy bear to release the anger.
An emotional support teddy bear for when she waxes your back.
But I was more or less on the same thing as Kyle. So I went into a pharmacy before I went to the salon, and I said, "Can I have ibuprofen or something?" And they were like, "Now, usually when you ask so directly, that's a bad sign for them because they think someone's addicted or whatever." And they go, "Why do you need it?" And I said, "I'm going for a wax," and she was like, "Fair enough."
That's one of the acceptable answers they have. Yeah, I'll remember
because
that.
It was so quick. Yeah. She's like, fair enough.
I'm just going to put it, Elish, I'm just going to put it out there. I've never been questioned at a chemist trying to buy ibuprofen. It's just the thing you can buy at a chemist. I think if you've walked in and thought, here's a fucking crackhead, we're going to be asking her what she's up to.
I always get asked. And they always try to do that thing where they go, no, you don't want Nurofen, you want boot
Is it because you look 5? Are they trying to be responsible because they think a child has walked in? Or a woman who looks like she's just arrived from the moon, and they're like, okay, I think this person needs guiding in the ways
operation. Yeah, it's a sting operation. Ben, it's funny that you say that because I get that same reaction when I try and buy condoms in the chemist, because they look at me like, you're never going to need these. Look at that. No.
You sure you don't want something stronger, sir?
Do you want some ibuprofen? Because we're giving that away. There was a weird little girl in here earlier on.
Ask him for
some of this. You don't need contraceptives with a face like that, sir. Wow.
So funny. And the tan, so I'm quite pale because I'm Irish, and but the dress was like a mocha color, a cappuccino color, and it just faded me out because of how pale I was. So I got the tan, and then I saw my boyfriend who's German, and he saw me, he's like, "You're so brown."
Oh yeah.
It's just what? So it's not part of their culture or European culture, because they all have this thing called the sun, whereas we all get it from a bottle in Ireland, and that's how we get tanned. So when I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get my tan," and he was just like, "Is this an Irish thing or a girl thing?" And I was like, "God knows, because I don't know what women do, and I wouldn't be fucking Irish on a normal day."
Did you say to him, "Look, if you knew what I just went through in the chemist looking for an ibuprofen," yeah.
But your one had me laughing with the wax strips, and then she was talking me through it. After ends of every sentence was, she was just like, "And who are you bringing to the wedding?" It's like, "My boyfriend." She was like, "Where's he from?" "Germany." "Oh, the Germans are a beautiful race." And just I just laughed throughout the whole thing. I just found it obscenely hilarious, and my boyfriend was probably thinking like Kyle's, just like, "You were laughing during that? That's fucking painful."
Don't laugh. And she didn't even do the count. You have to do the count. 1, 2, 3, rip.
No, you don't do the count.
My wife did it twice. She did do it a third time. She went 1, 2, rip. No way.
Yeah. Always rip on 2. Always rip on 2. Didn't our Lord come down from the cross and always say, always rip on 2?
I think we stopped halfway through. Yeah. We stopped halfway through and said, "You got to play by the rules if we're going to keep going with this." Or me and the Teddy.
Yeah. Abraham came down
after what Kyle said, I do want an emotional support animal next time I'm getting waxed. Anything furry to hold on to. Well, okay, the furry thing is being waxed off, but some sort of emotional support, because although Alo, do you remember last week we were talking about top heavy friends? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, I did some research.
Yeah.
You're the only person in the world who has ever said that.
Nice. Nice.
So,
I like being unique.
because
You know,
I tried to say it to a few of my friends, going, "Well, I am your top-heavy friend," and
but
they
that's if
looked at
you
me.
bodacious set of tatas. Hugo says Ben is just like, I'm so over this.
My tatas can clear a room. You know what I mean?
So if you're top heavy, you have tatas.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're talking about, being a tourist and culture night. It's really after turning the show around because we're so highbrow.
Right. Like
boys,
bodacious set of tatas sounds like
boys,
a restaurant.
we're going to culture night. We are going to culture
It sounds like
night.
what?
All right.
It sounds like a restaurant. Like it's...
like patatas bravas, but bodacious set of tatas. Yeah.
Bodacious.
Bodacious tapas. Lads, let's open that tomorrow.
I think it needs to be on a shirt or a mug or something. But yeah, that was my big news of the wedding. It was really fun. There's always this level of passive aggression at weddings though as well. Like, we see people getting married and it's the happiest day of their life. Every other couple is just like, you don't even take the bins out. Like it's just so passive aggressive. And then you think like, oh my God, they're having to mess. It's like, no, it's just how we are. It's just how we are. And I'm like, is Sarah okay?
It's like he hasn't seen me rip the door off its hinges when someone's trying to steal our car. So he doesn't take the bins out now,
Totally.
But I give him an emotional support animal whenever I wax his little bottom. So it's all good.
Is it just a back? Is it a back job, or is it all the way down to the old bot, Kyle?
Oh, we just do the back, just the back. I swear.
So you just smooth.
Tell the truth, Kyle. You're soloed now.
I won't show, but it's definitely the case that it's just the back.
That's probably an upside to being a woman, is that we don't have to do that, but we literally have to not have a hair on our body lower than our chin, and yeah.
Well, glad we're all in agreement.
I'm glad we're all.
It's only taken you a fucking year to say it,
feminism, feminism took 3 steps back. Feminism took 3 steps back right there, didn't it?
Sorry, guys, I have to break in.
Yeah.
Because
is our best mate here?
Speaking of being hairless from the chin down. Yeah.
Hi, Neil Dwyer. How you keep it? I love that I just say his full name.
Yeah. So Neil, this is Kyle. Kyle, this is Neil. Neil is the greatest human. He commits a crime every series. We haven't quite come up with what crime he's going to commit this year, but he seems to be out and about now. So it doesn't sound like it was anything too serious.
Maybe he stole a packet of crisps or a tato from Spar, and he's just enjoying it at home now, watching the show. That's what a petty crime.
It's a bit of a come down from the other crimes.
Jesus, wow, yeah.
It's September. Yeah, it's September. Things are getting a little bit quiet now.
So Kyle's wondering what the previous crimes were. So we have running someone over was one, wasn't it? That was the first one.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So he started off big. He peaked too soon. Typical man. What? But then I can't remember the second crime now, though, guys. What was the second one? Third one is obviously running an illegal male waxing salon in the middle of Birmingham, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we should say before we name anything, this is all just a laugh, and Neil O'Dwyer did not do any of those things, and he's an upstanding member of society.
He's in on the fun as well. And
this is probably not true, Your Honor. Probably not.
Allegedly the whole time. So he allegedly did that.
But Neil, we're happy you're here.
Let's just make sure that a man doesn't lose his job because of
No.
This is the kind of relationship we have with him, though. Like, he kind of shows up, makes an effort, and says, "Hello, everybody," and we're delighted to see him. And then we accuse him of multiple crimes across many jurisdictions, and then he disappears for 6 months on an unrelated incident.
He's nearly like the fourth tit. Like, I have friends who watch the show and they're like, "Who's that guy you get really excited that comes on after every show?" And it's like, Neil O'Dwyer. And they're like, "Yeah, he's like the fourth one he is." And then you come in, you rip it out, and then he's just like, he just comes back next week saying, "Hey guys." it's one-sided love. But we do have another segment to the show, which I think we might kick off now.
Love. I mean, that's just wanking, isn't it? I mean, that one-sided love is just wanking. That's just you.
Unrequited love, Ben. Jesus, you have no romance in you whatsoever. I missed the first half of the show. That's my crime. Yes. Oh, look, he's so sweet and lovely to us, and we're just taking the piss out of him. Sorry. So, unrequited love is also one-sided, Ben. Where's your Jane Eyre and all those other Victorian rom-com novels?
That's 412 in Scrabble, unrequited. That's a bit of trivia.
Are you playing Scrabble on the screen? Are you? Great.
Words with friends. I'm playing with myself. Yeah.
It feels like if you know that unrequited is 412 in Scrabble, then that's the reason why love is unrequited for you.
You know what? I used to be that little asshole that used to put "un" in front of stuff. So if someone put the word "done" and I had it like, I would be like "undone," and I'd get all their letters and all their. So I'd be that, or put an S at the end of a word that was really long. I do stuff like that in Scrabble. So 100% effort. I went to an Irish primary school.
That's perfectly acceptable. That's how you win it. Like, people don't win Scrabble because my friend Rick is mental into Scrabble. And he's like, you don't win it. You don't win it with big words and a massive vocabulary. You win it because you know the rules of like these tiny little, where you can add an S, these tiny little the and ooh and nah, and like all these acceptable words you've never heard of, but are like the chemical symbol for pastry or something, like that kind of bullshit stuff. Like, it's all of that. It's all the little bedrock stuff. That's how you win Scrabble.
Yeah,
you're basically winning off someone else's hard work.
Yeah,
that's life.
That's life.
I guess that's true.
I mean,
what a come down there, Kyle. Thanks very much. Life is just shit.
No, it's not shit for everyone. There's like one person that's good for.
We're solving so much this show.
You do all the work, and then Alo just lashes an S on the end of your word. It's just what a bitch. Sorry, what?
I guess so. Culture Night. We're going into the second segment of our show. Culture Night is about being a tourist in your own city, or like, that's what it's, or your own country rather. And they have loads of free gigs. It's where loads of places that charge you for money, that have no budget, open their doors for free. Places like theaters, places like galleries that are already free, but they're free on a bigger scale. And I guess I wanted to ask
places like
anybody. I wanted to ask if anybody had any, bits about being a tourist, any stories. Ben, you might have a story.
Yeah, I do. I've written a little
let's have the best. Let's have the best segment.
Let me solo. Okay, Ben, 3, 2, 1. You're soloed. Okay, we're gonna do it again.
All right, what are we?
No, I'm only messing. Sorry, I'm ruining everyone's life.
Okay, let's talk about. So I'm from Scotland, and I live here in Ireland now, and a lot of people ask me, so Ben, what's it like living in Ireland? And my reply is, I've no idea. It's been shut. That's my experience of Ireland. I don't know what the pubs are like. I don't know what the shops and the museums are like. It's reopening now, but a lot of my experience is just outdoors Ireland. And one thing about Ireland is I didn't know there were so many statues of the Virgin Mary, fucking everywhere. Yes, there are. Because you can't move in the country for shrines just by the roadside. I did not know. When I first saw one, I did not know what it was. Because in Scotland, what we have by the roads are ancient standing stones and the alcoholic homeless. But I'm in the country, we're going to Galway, I'm just driving by, and then suddenly there's like a grotto and a statue and candles, and then little pictures of like holy pictures sellotaped all over the thing, just flapping about as the cars zoom by. And I didn't know what it was. I honestly thought it's because there had been a big crash. I thought that's what that was for. I thought there had been like a properly awful crash, a devastated community. Flowers on a lamppost wasn't enough, so they'd stuck up a big Mary. I thought that's what... But no, it's not an accident black spot. It's basically just a Catholic service station, and they're all over Ireland. You're driving a Limerick, then there's a 24-hour stop and pray. That's what it is. These are all over the place. But my thing was, I thought this is like a kind of remnant of Ireland's mystic past. Nah, the statues, these fucking things are they're in the middle of housing estates as well in Dublin. And like housing estates clearly built in the 1980s. Like these things have been put up in the same lifetime that The Simpsons has been on television. Like it's crazy. Like there's one near me. Like there is one near me just down the shops. It's just there. It's like pizza place, dry cleaner, Our Lady of Ballybrack, Londis. Like that's and the craziest thing is it fucking lights up. It lights up. I don't know if there's like a timer on it, like it's a street light, but it goes dark and it's showtime. And I didn't know it was there. First night we moved in. This is the truth. Well, first night we moved in, I didn't know it was there. I didn't know that they lit it up. And I came out of the Londis, and then suddenly, like, blam, the Mother of God is just right in front of me. And I had, like, fucking full diarrhea. Like, I thought I was witnessing, I thought I was witnessing a miracle. I actually thought this, I'd just gone in for a fucking fajita kit and an onion. And I'm like, oh my God, am I now Bernadette of Lourdes? Like, in my head, like, genuinely in my head, I was like, do I kneel? What do I do here? And then I saw that there were kids all around drinking cans, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Relax. I'm not the new Pope. So that's my experience of. I was raised a Catholic, but fucking Ireland, this is next level stuff. All right, and if you want to see that done properly, you're going to be seeing it in Mullingar on Thursday night at Columbia Hall.
Yeah. You know what? It's mad, Ben. You're talking about like statues of Mary and stuff. You drive through places in the country, and there's a picture of, I think it's Jesus. They all have a very similar wardrobe, but it's Jesus with just good luck underneath. And you kind of go, well, what does he know? What does he know? He knows everything, apparently.
I hear if you collect 20 Marys, you get a trip to Tato theme park, which it's fun in itself. And they might have 12.
Well, every time I see a shrine, I can get it stamped like a coffee card, and then I get in the Tato
like
park
a Starbucks.
free. Is that
like a holy potato Starbucks? Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Bring your loyalty card to Starbucks. Going, hell yeah, I'll have a latte, please. I've seen Mary 14 times.
I'll have the Angelus, please. Oh, we only do Holy Marys.
So apologies to our religious fanatics who tune in every week.
No, we're not. Kyle, do you have any funny stories of being a tourist, or anything memorable?
Yeah, I'm a really bad tourist. Like, I'm the worst.
How
is one a bad tourist? Like, how can one do that badly? You're staring at buildings. Like, how do you?
Never leaves the hotel.
I went a few years ago to Pompeii. Do you know where Pompeii is? In like the south of Italy. It's like really old place. Had a volcano situation, so it's all like preserved. It wasn't a great time for the Pompeians, let's say. Yeah. But I was there. I was walking through Pompeii, and it's a really dusty place, and my shoes were getting really dirty. So I turned around at one stage habitually and just started kicking a wall to dust off my shoe. And this security guard was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was like kicking like a 3,000-year-old painting on the side of a building. And I was like, this guy really doesn't like Pompeii. Like
stop that. It's just like, no, this 3,000-year-old painting is going to clean my boot.
Oh my God. I mean that shows how far we've come on in history, you know, like, Kyle, he's got dirty shoes. What, from the same thing that killed all those people? Yeah, cool. Volcanoes, bloody ash.
but we are, I think we are notoriously terrible tourists, because the first thing an Irish person does when they go anywhere is just go to a pub,
find a neon green sign,
find out what the Guinness is like, to see if it tastes the same as home. You know what I mean? And it's like, we don't care about what your local culture is, how old your painting is, Vesuvius and all that sort of stuff. Never met the woman. What's the local Guinness like? You know what I mean? And it's just, it's like English people go and have a kebab and chips, you know, and it's like, we need to know if their culture matches ours, because if it matches ours, we can have a good time. But if it doesn't match ours, I will not enjoy this holiday in the sun.
I am afraid of the sun, so I'm not a good tourist in hot countries.
Well, that's because you live on the moon, Ailish. That's where you're from.
Yeah,
so that's
we've established this.
You know, at least I'm consistent with my backstory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh God, I love. There's a lot. I mean, I'm enjoying, or I'm going to enjoy Ireland opening up again, because then I get to experience what Ireland is like.
Yeah,
that'll be nice, because I came over and then there was pandemics and Brexits, and I was like, oh fuck, okay. And then I just stared at some geographically unspecific walls for a year, and you know.
So they thought that COVID started from someone riding a bat in China. Are we saying that it actually happened because Ben moved to Dublin?
They said, right, shut this down.
Yeah.
But
it was my fault.
Yeah, we've gone too far. We've gone too far. We just close.
Jerry, stop riding the bat. Okay, stop it.
It's Ben's fault.
We're going to pay
go
on
back to
Ben.
what you're doing. Yeah.
The chat is that there's somebody ate a bat. But that's probably not what happened.
Second date kind of thing.
Yeah, it could have been him, and then it just like gestated for ages. But
Hugo said that's fine. That's great.
I did an halo there, and I whispered it under everyone else talking. Yeah.
But I do feel really bad for people who have come to Ireland and expected the Irish welcome and got closed doors, you know, and the fact that it's opening up again is really exciting, and comedy coming back, and all our listeners and viewers.
Don't make it sound so creepy. Don't make it sound so all of our watchers. It's like, no, look, we're not
all of our creepers. No. You know, comedy is starting back again, and everything's starting back again. It's a really exciting time, and hopefully some normality.
Does anyone remember how to talk to people, though? Sorry, Alo. Does anyone remember how to talk to people off a screen?
I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, like I did a gig in Waterford, far away, so that no one saw that I couldn't remember how to interact with human beings in 3D form, because I was like, Jesus, I can see your feet. I've been Googling this for 2 years, and now I can see your feet. Oh my God. You know, it's really weird. Come to Culture Night. Yeah.
There's got to be maybe one of us, maybe we could bet each other to do it in Mullingar, which is we'll get up on stage and like just normal top half clothes, but we all do it in our pants because we forgot it's not a Zoom gig. Then, oh shit, this isn't a Zoom gig. Oh, I should have brought trousers.
Or pajama bottoms. Sitting
there trying to mute people, you know, it's like, oh God.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's funny. Yeah, okay. That could be funny to do. Now that I've revealed it, and I guarantee everyone will now do that. So. Yeah. It's just a parade of fucking just cocks.
Why are they all wearing their underpants? This is weird. It's with the wrong show. I think Culture Night, Ben, though, is the place for it. Sorry.
Yeah, totally. Do you have any stories of being a tourist? I bet you have a
Well,
story
no,
or two.
similar to Kyle, like you try and travel, you try and broaden the mind, but then you realize you don't want your mind to be broadened in any kind of way. You know, like I've been to mad spots. I've been to Cuba, I've been to Tahiti, all these brilliant places that I really didn't want to go to. I like my house. I like Ireland. I don't have a tan line on my body, and that's not an enticement to people to jump onto my OnlyFans. Singular there, not plural. So yeah, don't ruin the algorithm. But no, like going through places like Cuba where you're sunburnt just getting out of the airport, they look at you very weirdly. I'm trying to find something that is the color. Maybe this. Within 90 minutes of getting off the plane in Cuba, I went this color.
Yeah.
It's not actually.
And then I go back to white. I don't even tan after that. I go back to white. Yeah.
Yeah, these are my two colors. There's like nothing in between. I wish there was a bit of this. I have a lot of ammunition here in these pens.
It's just slowly going mostly, through Kiko's stationery.
Yeah.
Now we've all got to wonder what Keego's job is, that he's got so many coloured pens.
I'm just trying to see what else I have here.
He's like our primary school teacher.
Yeah, fuck no, I wouldn't. The children have enough to go through. But no, that's been my main issue, because I'm not good around people in real life, as you'll all find out. But it's when you're in another culture and you're sunburnt, you're dehydrated, you've drank too much, you don't really care about the culture. So that's why I'm a terrible tourist.
I think I'm a terrible tourist as well, because I spend a lot of my time trying not to get abducted. And that's, you know, I'm just fighting the culture, haven't I? I do remember, so not to bring the tone down, so many times men just like follow me and I'm like, okay, I'm just going into the hotel when I travel by myself. Or one time I went to, so this was when I went to Edinburgh for the first time ever. Sorry, Ben. And I was waiting on my mates and my flight got delayed by half an hour. Ryanair, you know yourself. And I had tickets to a show and I said, you guys go ahead. I know where you live and I'll be in the pub right next to your gaff. And after the show, come to the pub. And so I was waiting there. My battery died and I was like, oh, so I gave my phone to your man behind the counter. I was like, look, I'm just off the flight. Please just give me a pint and please charge my phone. He was like, no problem. Now I'm watching the TV and beneath the TV is this old man being like, and I was like, no. And he comes over going, hey, where are you from? And I was like, oh my God, leave me alone. And I was like, I am 17. I'm not 17. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm over here for like to see what the college courses are like in Edinburgh. And that's just a story I tell people. And they probably like, she fucking thinks she's 7. No, she's not. But yeah, so he shook my hand, but he just held it for a really, really long time. And then I went over to I saw these 4 girls at the bar who were younger than me. They were probably 17. And I saw 4 girls at the bar and I ran over and I said, hey, really, really sorry, but this man is being a creep. And I said, I was waiting for my friends. Do you want to pretend to be my friends for him to go away? And they jumped on me for a cuddle and they were like, oh my God, we haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Oh my God, where are you sitting? We'll come over to you. And they came over and they're like, you get away from her. Get away from her. And the solidarity between Scottish women. And I was just like, oh, I'm saved. And yeah, he left and then he came back in like a shark to make sure they were still with me. And then he left again. And I was like, oh my goodness. So that was a little bit creepy. But I do have a lighter story if anybody wants to hear about me being a tourist. Yes, I went to Zurich and
we're trying to process what you just.
Yeah.
So much in that story. My God.
Wow.
I know. No, shit like that always happens. So it's just like
Jerry from Edinburgh.
But I went to Zurich and there was an all-female bath, and I was just like, okay, you know, I kind of like this idea. And I went in and like. It was like Renaissance painting, fucking loads of naked women everywhere. And I was just like, cool, you know, all female bath. And put my towel down, chill in the sun. And then this man comes in because it said like femme schwimmenbad. So it's like women's bath only, but he probably didn't speak the language. And he comes in and he's just like, Have I died?
Of course he didn't speak the language. He's from Edinburgh. It was Jerry from Edinburgh. Of course he doesn't speak the language.
Yeah, and he's looking around. He's just like, "Oh my god, look at all the topless women," and they're all like, "Get out of here!" And he's like, "No, I don't want to." And the lifeguard is like, "No, you really have to get out of here." And it's like, "No, where? What street is this? I'm coming back."
I'm putting a pin in this on WhatsApp so I'd never get lost. Yeah.
It was absolutely gals. It was the funniest thing. So yeah, it's the upsides of being women. You can kick men out. Like, get out of here, get out.
So if one was to go to Zurich, where would you suggest one should visit?
The river. The main river. Yeah.
I'll ask again, Alo. If one was to go...
But on the river is the female baths.
Sorry. Okay.
You guys aren't listening.
Oh my god, you had me at nudie baths.
You had me at Renaissance painting. Nudie baths. But that's the thing as well. Like, Irish people are kind of a little bit prudish, aren't we? Like, we go abroad and then someone just like strips in a sauna and you're just like, oh. Where do I look?
I think it is the comfort that other people have with nudity. It's not necessarily the nudity in and of itself. It's the kind of, there it is now. There's two slaps when they sit down in the sauna, and you kind of go, oh god, I'm wearing I'm wearing every single piece of clothing I own.
Yeah.
It's not a spectator sport, Yeah.
Kyle, you're going to say something?
I was just imagining Keego in his in a full 3-piece suit in the sauna, like all these naked people around him.
Oh, just the Borat slingshot, and he goes, "It's like just me, eh? Just me."
Just walk in with a really small hand towel and go, "Look, lads, look, we're on holidays." And then, yep, Jerry from Edinburgh is right beside me there, and it's like, oh god. Edinburgh's been dragged to the muck like Neil O'Dwyer tonight.
A little bit.
I just don't understand why you would want to get nude on holiday. I mean, you'd never visit this place if it was at home.
Because you know everyone.
Like, I hate swimming
Ireland
at the
is a village, not a city. Ireland is a village, not a country. You know what I mean? Everyone. You'd strip in the sun and go, "There's Dave." There's Sarah. Jesus, how are you? Sure, I'm going to tell you.
Sure, I guess the rumor mill. Did you hear about your one's breasts? Like, there'd be that kind of stuff going on.
That's exactly how we talk.
Didn't get a spray tan before that wedding. I did, Sarah. I did. Thanks for noticing.
This is exactly how we text. Did you hear about the woman's breasts? Yes. we talk like ordinary level biology students. Yeah.
Yeah. That is one of my favorite things about Ireland is that when people are swearing is it has the power that it has, but women say calling another woman who is not in their presence but who has encouraged the wrath as your one is it's delivered with more malice and more anger than a lot of swear words. Did you hear about your one? And it's like immediately it's like, if they called it a fucking cow, it wouldn't have been as bad. Like, it just
like they do the same for Mary. They go, Our Lady. They don't say Mary. They go, Our Lady.
The big Mary, the big.
And we actually we do it for boobs as well. You kind of go, did you see the old
Tataroonies?
The old audacious tatas.
You know what I mean? It's not just a Spanish restaurant. You know what I mean? It's
it's not just spicy diced potato. If you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Has it? I mean, honestly, has it?
Well, let's do one more. Let's do one more pimp. Bang. Class comedy returns. How do we? Sorry, I've forgotten. It's the right hand to finger this one. Yep.
Oh, good night. It's the 5th of October in the Workmen's Club at 7:30. Tickets are on Eventbrite. Tickets are still on sale, and you'll see our lovely guest this evening, Kyle Phillips, who will be emceeing with a lovely lineup of comedians.
And the squeakiest back of any comedian in town. Oh, so waxy. Oh, God. Oh, smooth. If he took his t-shirt on, he'd be like, why has that guy got like a normal man's arse and then a baby's arse just above? So smooth.
That's a normal man's arse he's got. But what is going on here?
Why is there a...
What's better?
Why is it just like a stack of arses? Like,
I've seen many arses, and that's a normal man's arse. Ayla, will you take us home, please? I think because I've got to go to bed.
I'll try. So yes, we are back next Monday. Ben hosted last week. I'm hosting this week. Keego's hosting next week. And Keego, what party are we having next week?
Thanks for dropping me in again, Ayla. We haven't decided yet. It'll be a surprise. Someone is getting circumcised. Tune in next week to find out which one of us.
Oh, bye, Ben.